this value. This value was coming directly. See, this value was adding directly here. This should come from where? Text box. This should come from the text box. Plus this data what you printed here, it should come in a table. It should look little better. Okay. So go to the code. So open the study file, that is called register.html file, register.js file, not HTML, register.js file. In this something we have added, and this something was happening, it was giving the data and it was displaying in the browser. Right, so here use state flow we have understood. In this file, I will not make overload, let it be till here only, basic understanding. We have one more file called login. We will go for login page. In that again, we'll create a text box, we'll enter the value, we'll click on button, that data will display under the page. So already we have component, login component, go to the login component. Go to the login component. That is called login.js file. In login component, login.js file, first you are calling on the top React. You have to call now use state also. Use state will be within the flower bracket. Okay, use state we called. Now with the help of use state, we are going to create one more constant variable and function, something like this. Const user comma update user equal to use state, and under the use state you will pass a again square bracket with the two hello Ramesh and Ganesh. So let's pass some value here. So the default value of user variable will be Ramesh, Ganesh and Suresh, three value. Okay, for the user variable value. User, the user. So user become as a array. Update user become as a function. And for update user, default value become as a which one? Array. What are Ramesh, Ganesh and Suresh? Go here. Keep here total users, that is called user dot length. Okay, in this division you can keep a property align as center so that it will print in the middle. Align as center, it will print in the middle. Okay. Hope getting the length. How many length? Total length should be 3. Yes. Total length should be 3 since total users are 3. Now here in this paragraph, create a text box where we are going to capture the new user information. Enter full name. Enter full name. Input type equal to text. Input type equal to text. After that, write a button. Save user. Okay, so hope ready. You are getting the text box. One text box and save user. So we'll write the functionality for that. Let's see if this is this much only. Length is coming, array length. Login page you are there. नहीं तो आप उसमें लिख के सेव कीजिए इसको. रीलोड करो आप एक बार. You can reload manually. Not happening. Stop the server. Again, compile the server. Share everything in your chat. After this paragraph, create a table. Inside the table, align center and self-padding 10, self-padding P will be capital. P head, TR, PH, serial number, username, full name, 1th, some title here. T head cam, display now. Which one? Write a T body, display the users, use the map function. Write the T body under T body, use the map function, display the list of user. Serial number is a index, action is a put a button. Compile हुआ आपका? Not compiling. कहाँ पे बात में? CMD में. उससे मतलब नहीं है. ब्राउजर में पेज आ रहा है इसमें. T body, right here user dot map, name of the user and index of user. Here you will follow the return tr, but tr key is compulsory. Next, after that, td, you will print here call index 0, 1, 2, 3 will come. Second td, you will print the name. The third td will be just a button, delete button. List will come. Table width, if you want, you can give little width. 400, 400, 500. Some width you can give for TD. So hope list is happening with the buttons. Table width 400 I have given. I will increase little. 600. एरर चल रहा है क्या आपका? So when we open the same file into editor, what will happen? System will confuse or not? System will confuse. System will understand what you are doing. You have opened the file two places. One place you are modify, another place is old file. System will be confused. It will say, I will not do anything. Hold on. Okay. Computer is same, server is same, file is open in Notepad and VS Code. VS Code will say no, change. Notepad will say no, don't change. Correct? So what will happen? Comparison will be stuck somewhere. Okay. Output will not come finally. Running, not running, please reply in the chat. Are you able to see the list of table? Three people said something, four people said something. Okay, so few people said yes. For me, not displaying. Yesterday discussion was, what was the discussion? You must have to repeat till date what we have learned. Yes or no? You see, I have not gone in very fast speed. For other batches, I have little speed up. My speed was little different. But for you people, my speed is slow. In this speed also, if you are not utilizing, then it's a problem. Okay, step by step. I was supposed to write this input output in this file only. Which file? Register page only. But I left a separate example. Okay, leave it. Create separate example will be easy to understand. Code is shared. Please have a look. Coaching classes are for 1 to 2 hours. Remaining work is your homework. Okay, so list is happening. Come next. Now we need to make it functional. Button click, we need to enter the new value. So before entering the name value, we need to know how to pick the value from text box. Let's come up. On button click. On click. Call a function called save. In flower bracket, you have to call the save. Save. The save function is not exist. It will throw the error. Save function is not exist. It will throw the error. Who's designing this here? Let me find. Okay, the save function is not there. It will throw the error. Come up. Write a function called save. Const save equal to alert. Okay. Check once alert is coming or not. Button click, alert is coming. So once you click on save button, alert will come. Let us check now. Yesterday we have used a operator called a spread operator. That was something like this. First you have to call the update function, update user function. Under the update user function, you need to call the array that is called user, and under the user, using a spread operator, we have to pass again user comma new user. New user, suppose if I'll keep here call Mohit. So whenever you click now on save button, Mohit will add in your list. And Mohit will come in HTML also. Mohit will add in the list and Mohit will come in HTML also. Sequence. Button click adding. Once you click on save button, Mohit will keep adding under the text box. Every time it's adding Mohit only. We want take the value from text box. And yes. So button click how to add the value that you saw here, will remember it. This is called user. User equal to user plus new user. This is called a spread operator. 3 times dot you are written. It is called a spread operator. Okay. Next, after this, we have to take the value from the text box. That is another process. Assume like to complete one complete project. To complete one complete project, you have to work on multiple modules. So here the task is enter the value, click on save button, add inside the array, and then list. Listing is one functionality using happening through the map function. Button click you are calling a function, that is another functionality. Now after that button click you call the function, added the value that is coming here. Next, taking the value from text box is another functionality. Take from text box, store somewhere. After that save function will come, take from somewhere and add under the list. Okay, so for that you have to remember something new. Let us go. What to remember? We have to take the value from the text box. So for that we require a variable. So create a variable const new user, comma it user equal to use state as a empty. Raju here by default. Raju. And after that, the default value will be what is the default value of new user? Default value of new user is Raju. Here you are given Mohit. Now pass your new user. Now instead of Mohit, what will add? New user. New user, that is called Raju. Check now. Raju is adding or not? Raju is adding. Okay. After that, button click once we do, Raju will keep adding. So Raju is coming from where? New user variable. New user we have made through the use state. New user is a variable. Pick user is a function. Via pick user, we can pass the value to new user. We have a text box here. The target is to take the value from text box and give to new user. So which function is responsible to pick user? Pick user is responsible to give the value to the new user. So we will go to the text box now, and in text box we will call the pick user. User will type the value under the text box. In text box, pick user will be available. As soon as you start typing, your value will go to the new user via pick user. On change, we will call the pick user. So on change, whenever you type any character, pick user will call, and pick user will take the current value and give to new user every time whenever you start typing. Okay, look at here. On change. On change equal to, many people are there in the market, they will say, I have knowledge of React. If you ask, take a value from text box using functional component and using class component separate. Okay, that's all. He will be there only. So this is a very, very important point. Suppose when you are going to work on the project, without this functionality, you can't survive. Project will be what? There you have to, user will enter the value, user will get the output, right? And if a developer don't know how to pick the value from text box, he can't work on the project. Okay? Important. Core completely, core backbone feature of your React using the functional component. That is called hooks. We are learning now hooks function. That is called use state. Okay. Redux is just next to this. Okay. So let's come. So on change. On change, what we are going to do, you are going to create a object of this current text box. At this place, you cannot write this dot value. This dot value will not work here. So React.js is like, when you are going to pick the value of text box, you create an object of text box. That object will point to your text box. How that point? Let's write here. You can write ABC as an object, or we can write obj as an object, any variable. Okay. So this object is pointing to the current text box. Obj, fat arrow method, fat arrow, you apply, call your function, pick user. Inside the pick user function, you will pass obj dot target dot value, that value of current text box. Obj dot target dot value, the value of current text box, the value of current text box. Obj dot target dot value, the value of current text box. You want to see the live preview how that works? Let's go here. Create one more paragraph. Inside the paragraph, print the new user variable. Indirectly, pick user variable, pick user function is sending the value to new user. So whenever you start typing, your value will display here immediately below. Whatever we type, it's displayed in the browser. Flow is here. User will come, user will go to the text box. He will start typing. Once he start typing, the pick user function will start collecting the character by character. And character by character, it will send from here to the value of the text box will go to this function, pick function. And from pick user, it will assign to the new user. And once you click on submit button, you are calling the save function. Save function will take from new user and give to whom? User. And meanwhile, for the preview, you are displaying below, yes, this is your output. Let's go here. See, by default value we have entered as a Raju has come. If you want to remove, you can remove here. Keep it empty. No need to give default value. Okay, ready? Come now. Enter here. Alex. Alex has come. Click on save button. Alex will appear right here. Johnny. Click on save. It's coming here. Click here. It's coming here. This page is important for you. How to pick the value of a text box, how to add inside the list array, and how to delete from the array, how to list array, how to add. So add, list, delete, and add, list, delete. Save happen. List also happen. Check now. Voice is not clear for everyone. Anyone else? Voice is breaking, then half an hour. There is no way. We have to restart the computer and it will take close to 30 minutes time. 15-minute minimum. Starting the server, doing everything. Check again. Still breaking. I think it should be clear now. Now clear. Okay. Very good then. Okay. So go next. We need to data is able to save. Here whatever you enter, it displayed below. After adding, it's came here. Now next function, once we click here delete, it should get removed from the list. Okay, so how that will work? It is like the array push and array pop. So this is array push is happening. You are adding the element inside the array using a spread operator. Again, on button click, on delete button click, we have to write a function. That function will delete the data from this array called user. So write a function called delete user. Delete user. So while deleting the user, you need to know which user you are going to delete. For that, you have to capture the user index and alert that user index. User index. Alert that user index. Yeah. Delete user alert. We pass as a index as a user index. Now this delete user function we have to call. Come down below. Delete user function will be responsible to delete the data from user array. Okay. Now we'll go below and we'll on button click. We have a button already. We have a button already on that delete button. We will call this function delete user and will pass the index. Come down. You have already captured the index here while printing the array user. You have taken the index as well. Now on click. On click equal to call the function here delete user, and inside the delete user you pass here called index. Save the file. Automatically alert will start coming. It will not wait for click. Without click itself alert will start coming. Without click alert will start coming. On load. Once your page will load, check now. Alert is coming continuous. On click equal to delete user. Pass inside the index. On click alert should come. Sorry, on load. On page load alert should come. No alert. What is the function name? Oh, before delete user const you have to apply. Const. Before delete user const need to apply. Okay. So you can see here on load. All alerts have come. It's not waiting for the click. See, to go here automatically, alert started coming. So there is no value of the click, right? There is no value of the click. On page load only all data will get deleted. You will not see anything. So that you have to remember one point here. What is that? People ask always, what is the bind function in JavaScript? Or what is the bind function in, what is the use of bind function in React? You saw on click is not happening, or without click on load itself will start coming. So now we have to call here a function called bind. Now with the help of bind function, if you send the parameter, your alert will come and everything will work. Inside the map function, whenever you call any other function with input with parameter, directly you cannot call. If you call directly, this will be the output. On page load itself, you will see all the data. On page load, your all the element will get deleted. So solution is, we have to write here, delete user function name dot bind. Via bind function, you need to send the input to delete user. Under the delete user, you are sending the input via bind function. Bind function need minimum one parameter. First parameter is this, and second parameter is your variable. So bind and this is fixed already. Inside you need to send your own value. So delete user dot bind, we are sending this comma index. Now your alert will work on click. Alert will not happen automatically. Getting alert on click. Now on click alert will come. On click event will work now. So why we have to apply the bind function? Because inside the map function, when we call any function with parameter, it will get called automatically. It will not wait for your click or something. Event will not work there. So we have a function called bind function. Bind function will block the auto execution, and after that, according to event, whenever the event will fire, the bind function will call the get user. Without bind function under the map function, it will not allow to execute according to click. It will execute automatically without bind function. That is how. Now bind function is blocking the auto execute, and it is saying yes, when event will fire, then only the function should execute. And inside the function, I will pass the value, which one? As a index 0, 1, 2, 3. This will be the fixed value always. Come to the script part now. Under the script part, delete user function we have. Delete user function. Delete user function. If you remember the splice function, use that user dot splice. User dot splice. Inside you will have called user index and comma 1. So it is going to delete the data from your user array, but after deleting the data from user array, you have to update the remaining user under the user variable so that your page will get reload. So delete will happen here. You check. After deleting, your page is reloading or not? Delete will happen after deleting, your page will not reload. Reloading. When I click here, delete happened, but still page has not reloaded. So when the page will reload, when the content will get reload, if you call the update user and you will inform to update user, yes, I have deleted the one user. Then update user will remove the user from where? It's already removed. We need to update under the state. Once it will get updated under the state, then only render will happen automatically. So for that, you have to call this function update user. And under the update user, you have to pass user at arrow 3 times dot and again user. No need to add anything extra here. See, I have users. I will delete the Ganesh. I'll delete the Ramesh. I'll delete the space going. If you add any new, getting added. Please check your code. Spend some 2-3 minute time. Just go through the flow. What is happening? Okay, ready? So next, after that, let's go. So we are able to save the data and we are able to list the data, and delete is also happening. We'll not add in this. Suppose you will think like why we are not able to clear the text box. We can do that also, but in next example. Okay. After adding the value, we can display a message and we can clear the text box. Everything will do, but in next example. Okay. Similar, one more example will write so that you may be clear. Let's go. Anyone have the error or no error? One more example, we are going to create similar example. So these all pages are filled with the content. We can go to the customer page. Right? We have customer page, only list is happening. Here we can add a customer. Okay, and inside that we can use this class. Which class we are following this? What is the class name? Contact page. Somewhere we have follow the class name. No? What is that? Check now in CSS file. Class name is called service. Service class only, no? Service and company. Service. Okay. This is, oh no, service is different. 26%. I think company class, right? You have used the company class to display this one. Can you apply the same company class here? In which file? Customer list. Please go and apply the same company class. I will share you the CSS in your chat. Take the CSS, add in your CSS file if the CSS code is not exist. If the CSS code is not available with you, take the CSS, file name is which file? Customer. In customer file, we have paragraph. For paragraph, we can apply the class name. Class name as a company. Class name as a company. Then check in one line. 4 will come. Yes, no, everyone should say in chat. If page is not there, then also let me know. We'll guide you. Working. Okay, so cool. Now after that, see your data is coming in one line. How many customer? 4 customer. We will create a text box here, and in that we will add a new customer. Whenever we add the new customer, that will come here. But some changes is required. You can see this is a direct array, right? And in this array you can't add directly. So first you have to import the use state. Import the use state. Import the use state. Okay, use state imported. Come down below. Array, let it be same. Don't modify anything in array. And use here another constant. We call customer list. Customer list. Right here call update customer equal to use state, and inside the use state you are going to pass this my customer. So my customer is already one array. My customer is already one array. So my customer will become a state variable now. My customer was a array. So under the use state, instead of writing the array, we given the existing array. So indirectly customer list. Indirectly the customer list will hold a list of customers. In HTML, wherever you have written the my customer, replace with customer list. Map function and length both replace with a customer list. Hope result is same. Any changes in the result? Same, because variable remains same, only instead of direct variable you are using as a state variable. Customer list become as a state variable. If you want to add anything new, we have to call the update customer, and via update customer we can pass the value to customer list. So hope all are clear at this point. What we did, there was a separate array. That array you given to use state, and use state given to whom? Update state, and via update state it came to where? User list, customer list. At this place, let's create a division or maybe paragraph. Right inside new customer. Input type equal to text. A button, save customer. Text box is also ready. Cool. Now, in the previous example, you have seen something. Which example? Previous login page. We have tried to add the customer user. Can you do some kind of copy paste here? Can you try something adding from your side? In the previous page, we made something, no, just now. Similar way, text box I created, button is ready. Now we need to create a constant, new customer, write a function, pick the value from the text box you wrote just now. Try, spend 2 minute time. Check are you able to implement or not. One person replied. After that, only one person. Let me guide you. Suppose to take the value from text box, you have to create a variable. Let me create a variable. New customer. To take the value from text box, we have to write a function called pick customer. And for new customer, you have to give by default as empty. So till here, hope you should not have any confusion because we want to take the value from text box. So we have to create a variable. In that variable, we cannot pass value. So for that, we require a function. So new customer and peak customer, these both are ready. Now we need to write a function, button click, another constant called save equal to we can write here update customer. Inside the update customer, you have to pass the it's like a equal to a plus b formula. 3 times dot customer list and then new customer. Okay, next after that we need to come to the text box on change equal to we are going to call the function this function. First you have to create an object for the text box and then via object you have to call the pick customer function and pass here the value of text box. Next on button click, you can call the save function. That's all. This will save the data. Please check now. So hopefully, if you add here customer, adding, right? In every boxes, there will be one delete button. Okay, so delete button, I will create functionality you need to implement. Go there, inside the paragraph, write a BR, follow the delete button, delete. Button is coming. 2BR you can write 2 times. Slash is required in the last. And then delete functionality you can try from your side. That is your task. SRC folder I will share in the chat. If anyone has problem, you can use the SRC folder. And suggestion is, before tomorrow class, till now whatever we have learned, you have already one second project you have set up or not? No, most of the people have not set up. Nice setup here, na? They are not set up, right? You will need to create one more project today, okay? And in that project, you need to complete this kind of functionality. What we are doing in this project, right? This is one project, project one. You need to have one more here. Look at here. Project one is ready already. You need to create one more project two. If you want, you can take the copy of this project. Okay, and delete all the file from SRC folder, what you have created, and write again, keep app folder and keep which one? CSS use same, no problem. Use other things same, but create your own component and implement the functionality similar. Like create a page, add the book, delete the book, list the book. Create a page, add city, list the city, delete the city. Similar functionality. Okay, so it will be practice for you. See, this is what we are learning. It is completely main feature of the Angular. Sorry, React. Main feature of the Angular. That is compulsory that you must know well how to implement this out. This implementation is happening through me, not through you. Just you are just following me. So till now, what we have done. Tomorrow, I'll make a host individual. I will see have you set up the new project or not. Okay, we'll have half an hour delay, that is fine. But we will make everyone as a host and we will see whether have you created the project or not. So how to create the new project? Copy this folder. Okay, paste here only. Rename as a project 2. Keep delete all the files what you have created. Keep SRC folder. Sorry, keep app folder index. Main folder file don't delete. Delete what file you have created. And again create your own and follow that. Okay. Till video number 4 is uploaded in the YouTube channel. Link hope you have. Follow that and then